Hi, Gail. Hey, Free Spirit Beaders. This is Kristen Fagan here, your host of Free Spirit Beading on the Softflex Company YouTube channel. Hi there, Lydia. Welcome. So I'm technically off today because it's a holiday, and I always forget the holidays, and so I told you I'd be here with the winner. So I'm here, and we're gonna pick a winner of the 100th episode of Free Spirit Beading giveaway. We're also going to talk about the Softflex Labor Day sale, and I have some show and tell for you guys as well. So be a quick one today and hopefully have some good information. Hi, Isha. To share with you and all of the stuff. Lydia says, I know, I didn't expect me. I know. I wish I would put in my calendar like a reminder a week before or something so that I don't tell everyone I'm gonna be here and then it ends up being a holiday. But here I am. I didn't have anything going on today anyway. We were spending the day home, so I figured it was fine to just pop on, do a little show and tell, and choose our winner. So that'll be fun. So what we have going on right now at softflexcompany.com is an awesome Labor Day sale. Hi, Mary. Good to see you. We've got 30% off of our bulk spools of wire, and what that means, it's for soft flex beading wire and soft touch beading wire. Those two brands. If you purchase a 100-foot spool or a 1,000-foot spool, you're gonna get 30% off right now. Hi, Sheila, which is a pretty huge discount. We really don't ever go that high. So it's a great time to stock up before the holidays. If you use a particular color or particular diameter the most, it's a great time to grab one of those. Hi, Penny. Yeah. And I know, I'm surprised I'm here. Hi, Dolly. Who did I miss? Sheila, Penny, Dolly, welcome. So yeah, if you use a particular diameter the most, or if you use a particular color, it would be a great time to stock up on that right now. And I wanted to do a little show and tell of some projects, tutorials that we've done in the past that tend to use more wire. So if you like any of these kind of designs, or if you want to try them out, they're great options for you to purchase the 100-foot spool of a particular color or size to try one of these types of designs out, so you have plenty of wire to work with. Hi, Susie. Yeah, so today we're not going to do a tutorial, but I am going to do a show and tell. We're going to kind of look at a few different ways to techniques like macrame knitting, kumihimo, and stuff like that you can do with Softflex beading wire. And I'm going to pick a winner for the giveaway. So let me turn you guys down. The Labor Day sale is good until tomorrow at midnight Pacific time. Welcome, Becky. I'm glad you made it. Hi, Wendy and Angie. Good to see everybody. So I talked briefly right in the beginning. I said at softflexcompany.com, we've currently got a Labor Day sale going on, and it is good for our soft touch branded wire and our soft flex branded wire in any color or diameter of these two, and they have to be in 100-foot or a 1,000-foot spool. So let me just talk really quickly the difference about these here. So this is the original, is the Softflex beading wire, and this is the original satin silver color. Softflex beading wire is a stainless steel product. It's micro braided, nylon coated, and the color is drawn right down into the nylon, so you're not gonna have anything when you're using a colored wire, like say this one, for example. That's our spinel. You're not gonna have any issues with the wire flaking or discoloring or exposing what's underneath at all. So stainless steel, nylon coated, super flexible, really strong, beautiful product. This was the original color, the satin silver. And if you're gonna string beading projects where you're just covering the wire entirely, this is a very acceptable color to use. If you're working with anything that's clear, like crystals or any clear gemstones, it's really nice to pick up colors that match or can go underneath and enhance your beads instead of maybe this color might make it a little bit darker or a little bit duller. Becky said, just got the original, trying to figure out what color beads to add with it. Yeah, if you're gonna use the original, you're more likely gonna just cover the entire strand with beads and crimp it at the end right to the clasp. You're not gonna necessarily show the wire as much. Although I do feel like it has a cool like cement kind of look to it. So if you're doing something that's maybe a little more industrial or something like that, like you may just want to show just the wire on its own. But Softflex is our original. It comes in like 26 different colors, I think, or maybe 28 different colors. And if you purchase any of these in the 100 foot or the 1000 foot, you're going to get 30% off. This is the medium diameter. It does come in a fine diameter and a heavy. So the medium is what I use the most. It's all purpose. It's for glass, mineral, metal beads. It has a good abrasion point. If you're using crystals, anything like that, you're gonna wanna use the medium. If you are working with smaller beads like seed beads, you can get away with the fine. If you're working with gemstones that have tiny holes, you can probably get away with the fine also. And then if you're going on the other side, if you're working with heavy, maybe lampwork beads or trade beads, things that are gonna be more abrasive and gonna be heavier, you can go to the heavier diameter. That's also recommended for bracelets, the heavy diameter. Although we do a lot of bracelets on the medium too. As long as your beads are pretty lightweight, you'll be fine. You wanna move up to the heavy if you're working with things that are a bit stronger. Angie is asking, do I have a favorite color? You know, that's a good question. It changes. I have a few that are my favorites, and I'm probably I'll talk about them here when I share some of these products. So in addition to Softflex, we also have Soft Touch. And Susie's asking, what color do you have in the heavy? In the heavy, we do not have very many colors. We've got the original satin silver. We have the neutrals. We've got black, antique brass, and copper, I believe. I think those are the only 4 in the heavy. Lydia says she loves green. I do love green, but I don't always work with green beading wire. I probably would have to say like the antique brass, maybe one of my all-time favorites, and that's this one here. I just love that dark tone. I mixed that with bone here on this one. So Soft Touch is our premium product in that it is softer and more flexible, 50% more flexible and softer than the Softflex. So Softflex is gonna have a little sturdier feel, and the Soft Touch was made to feel closer to a thread. So if you like the way a design lays when it's on thread, maybe you're doing a multi-strand design or a bead weaving design, or you just really like that very light, more supple, flexible feel rather than the sturdiness of the soft flex, you're going to want to give Soft Touch a try. Now, Soft Touch unfortunately does not come in any colors other than the original, because it's more used for bead weaving or something like a multi-strand necklace that you have lots and lots of layers and you just want it to lay real nice. They didn't expand out into any colors. So you're just only going to be able to get it in the original satin silver, in the medium, heavy, and fine diameters. But Soft Touch does have one more diameter. It's called the Very Fine. And this one comes in satin silver, white, and black. And that is because this product was made for embellishing and weaving and crocheting. So if you're embellishing, say, jewelry or a handbag or something along that lines, and you want something stronger than a thread, you can use this wire as an embellishing wire. And that is why we created a white and a black, so that you might want one of those particular colors that will sort of fade away. This is also used if you're going to do some bead weaving with Soft Flex. This is a great one to use. And then I found sometimes you might have gemstones that are just so tiny, the holes, that you have to go down to this very fine diameter to make that work. So that's the difference with those two product lines. Soft Touch goes all the way down to very fine. Soft Flex does not. It only does fine, medium, and heavy. And Soft Touch generally comes in just this color, with the exception of white and black in very fine. And Soft Flex is going to come in lots and lots of different colors. So let's talk about all of this stuff on my table. Hi, Kathleen. Hey, Sarah. We're doing a little show and tell, and then we're going to pick the winner. So I pulled out, since we've got bulk wire on sale, I pulled out a bunch of designs that would need more wire to work with. So first one I'll show here, I have a ton of knitted projects. I definitely have gone a little crazy with the knitting. So let me share some of that first. So this is a knitted necklace. This is done with the Soft Flex. I actually used the fine 0.014 diameter, and I believe this was our bronze color, which is currently now discontinued, but you can pick up the antique brass color, which is very similar. It's just a little bit deeper in tone. And this is done with the knitting spool. You can find that. This is what a knitting spool looks like. So this is a 5-pin knitting spool. We sell a 3, a 4, and a 5. I tend to work with the 5 a lot. The 5 is going to be a little bit heftier of a design, and the only difference between the 3, the 4, and the 5 is the thickness of the tube that comes out the bottom. So you can pick up, if you want one that's going to be a little bit heavier, like a thicker tube, you're going to go with the 5. If you want something in the middle, that's the 4, and then the thinnest is the 3. All of the knitting tutorials we do and have online work on any of the size spools. You just do the same thing. You just would go around 3, around 4, or around 5 pins, but the process is the same. So you can find, I'm going to share this one here. You can find that necklace along with these other ones on the knitting playlist, which I have shared in the description. So you can, after watching the video, you can click I shared the knitting playlist and you'll see the tutorial for this design there. I've also got this one in which you use the knitting spool and you string on the crystals and you knit with the crystals. So this one is done just with the wire all by itself. It creates a very sculptural look. And then this one is done with beads added while you're knitting. Again, this one is on the knitting playlist as well, so you can find that tutorial here on our YouTube channel. This one's done with just wire again, but it is done with 2 colors. We've got the tanzanite and the dark blue lapis here. So if you like these kind of designs, picking up a 100-foot spool makes a lot of sense for a particular color you want to try for knitting, because then you know for sure you can work straight from the spool and you have plenty of wire on hand. You're not going to run out. This one's another one where the beads were added, but whereas this one, the beads were added more randomly, this one, the beads were added more specifically so that they would line up. And these are just some seed beads in there that were added. This one's done with the Econoflex wire. So although we just have the Soft Flex and the Soft Touch on sale right now, you can knit with any of the wire brands in any of the diameters. So it'll work. Like I said, this was the fine. These two, actually this was the medium. And then these two were done with Econoflex. This is another one done with the Pro Econoflex. And this was the medium as well on that diameter. This particular one, you knit just like you would here, but then you can drop beads in. So these beads were dropped in before I closed this up, just dropped in those pearls, and they just float in there. You could string them, but I like when they float because it makes the bracelet a little bit more expandable. If you didn't want it to expand like that, then you could string the beads and then crimp them at the end together and they would be a little bit tighter. Here's another knit with 2 colors. This is the turquoise and the purple, and there's no beads on this one. And then lastly, I have this one here, which was done with red, and it's got these little square dell crystal charms that were added to the back. We have these little charms online in a multitude of colors, in only silver, but a multitude of the crystal colors. And they are on closeout, so they are 30% off right now. And they're really cute and dainty and really pretty. I thought they added a little something special to here. So those are all the knitted designs. Oh, I have one more. This was another one that was a necklace, and we did all of the ones I've shown you here. I'm pretty sure, let's see. Yes, all of the ones I've shown you are available on our YouTube channel in the knitting playlist, as is this one. So this was a really wonderful ceramic pendant by Dayanama Studios, and I picked this up in Tucson. And I thought I just really wanted something special, so I decided to go with black, and I knitted it all the way up the back. In this particular case, I knitted 2 strands and then connected with a clasp at the back. But you could also knit one really long strand if it goes over your head, and put it over your head, or you can add your little clasps in the front. Sarah just did a video I think last week, where she added the clasps in the front, and then you can change out your focal, keeping your knitted in the back. So this is a great, all of these projects are great for having a little bit more wire. Hey Suzanne, hey Karen. Yeah, Soft Flex is the best. Have a good time at your barbecue. I wish I was having a barbecue. It's so hot here. I never want to do anything this time of year except get lost and get out of here. So that's my show and tell for knitted projects. And that's probably the biggest one I've got here. Next one real fast is Kumihimo. So this is done with the Soft Flex Dark Blue Lapis. This is definitely one of my favorite colors. I really, really love this color. It's got an interesting tone to it. So this is using little seed beads. You actually find this particular project in the book Sarah and I wrote, Seed Bead Revolution. This is done with the Soft Flex, a medium diameter on a Kumihimo disc like this. So great one to have a lot of wire for. If you buy one spool, you're gonna have to cut it into 8 bobbins, or if you hold on to your little 10-foot spools that you've got, you can use those as bobbins. And so this is a necklace design with the Kumihimo, where just the beads are in the front and then the rest is wire. I know it is supposed to be cooler. Thank goodness. I can't wait. I can't wait to be able to go outside again and just take a walk. So here's another Kumihimo design with the round disc, and this is done with 2 wires, 2 colors, and some little triangle seed beads. This one is a tutorial on the Kumihimo playlist that's linked below in the description, so you can find that one. Here's one where it's got all beads, so there's no wire showing. This is a Kumihimo. You just see there's like the little end there, but this is the tanzanite wire, and I just strung this one with all beads. This is another design that is in Seed Bead Revolution, the book Sarah and I wrote, which you can find on Amazon. And then I've got flat Kumihimo, and all 3 of these are here on the YouTube channel, linked in the Kumihimo playlist. So we've got this one, which uses a trio, the Mermaid Trios color with seed beads around the outside. And now instead of the disc, we're using the Kumihimo plate to make that flat braid. So that's the difference, is you're gonna get a round braid out of the disc, and you're gonna get a flat braid like that out of the square plate. These 2 are actually the same pattern, but changed out the bead wire colors and the beads in the center. And by having larger beads, it just made the pattern a much larger, thicker profile, and then having smaller beads made it a lot smaller. So these are both done on that square Kumihimo plate. You need a good amount of wire working with these, but they are bracelets. So if you wanted to do some necklaces, then you definitely need those larger spools for sure, trying to go up. And I actually haven't tried, but I think that something like this would make a great choker design necklace. And the last show and tell are for doing some macrame. So if you are going to use our macrame board, which is fantastic. I'll actually have one more after that too, but we'll talk about the macrame first. These are other projects that you are going to want to have a little bit more wire on hand to play with. Becky's asking, would the different number of pins on the knitting spool make just whatever you're doing bigger around, or would it make it a different design? No, the design's the same. The only thing that's different is the thickness. So I believe I did these both on the 5-pin. They are slightly different in size because they are different, totally different knits. This is the knit style 1 and this is the knit style 3. But I think this is a good comparison of what, like if you were gonna do this style on the 5 versus that style on the 3 would probably be about that thickness. And then if you were to do this one on the 3, it would just be a little bit thinner than that one there. But the actual patterns are the same. So this is the spiral macrame, spiral knot. This is one of my most popular videos to date. And you can find this here on the macrame playlist on the Softflex YouTube channel. This is another one with the spiral, but instead of using just one style of bead all the way through, here is another design idea where you're using a bunch of different beads. I think this was from the Dark Heart bead mix. Yeah, that's a great idea, Sarah. I actually did a blog post a while back that I showed a whole bunch of different options of knitting and how much length you'll get for each one. So I know we've got that on the blog, but how to pull it up easily, I'm not sure. I probably have to search it. So in addition, we've got this last one, which is a macrame design. This one was in a magazine, so it's not one that I've done on the channel here, but it is a square knot with beads in between. Maybe I'll do something like that in the future where we alternate where those little beads go. And wrap bracelets. Sarah does a lot of these. I've only tried a couple of times, but there is a great, so if you use wrap bracelets, I did this one with 2 of the medium diameters. I know Sarah's done with different diameters where she uses the medium for the edges and then a thinner one to go wrap around. So you can do that either way. This is 2 mediums. It's the green emerald and the dark blue lapis. So that is what I've got from macrame. And lastly, we've got some bead weaving designs. So this is a Russian spiral bracelet done on the, I believe this was Softflex Fine, but it could be Soft Touch too, but I think it's Softflex Fine. This was one of Sarah's designs she did, and she taught me how to do it. It was something she taught at Bead and Button quite a few years ago. Pretty amazing. And something like this, if you were to do this in thread, I believe it would just collapse on itself a lot more, it'd be a lot smaller, but because it's with wire, it creates this much thicker tube. Really, really interesting. It just rolls on. And so this is a great project, doing something like this, a bead weaving project with the Softflex or Soft Touch fine beading wire. You can even probably go down to very fine if you wanted to have it be even a little bit smaller. And lastly, this is a gorgeous bead weaving project Sarah did for our book, Seed Bead Revolution, in which she used the very fine Soft Touch in the white all throughout the bead weaving process, and then just used the medium diameter as the anchor on both ends, which is so smart because it really makes this point of tension way stronger. I had to do a necklace recently where I had to finish it with the very fine, and I would have been so much happier if I was able to use the medium here, I think. Oh, thanks, Sarah. Yeah, I know I did one blog that was pretty in depth about different sizes and the lengths and how much you'd get out of a spool. Yes, this is Super Duos. So you could find this design in Seed Bead Revolution, our book that's on Amazon. But you can also find something similar that Sarah did on Bead Bubbles and Jewels, which we have in the YouTube channel to look at as well. And she even did little earrings. I don't know if the earrings were on Bead Bubbles and Jewels. I think it was just the bracelet. But here's some little earrings too that were done in the soft touch, very fine. So there's my show and tell for the day. Let me get the name of the book for you, Susie. Seed Bead Revolution by Sarah and Kristen. Oh, Becky, yes, I did say that you saw Sarah on Beads, Bubbles, and Jewels. So that was the episode you were watching. Awesome. I will show you guys. You know so yeah, here's another colorway. Sarah's done it with the black soft touch here in the book. So pretty. And then we have a very special guest design all the way at the end. Look at this bead weaving project by Nilay Patel. He added that to the back of our book, which was super awesome. So Sarah's saying soft touch is too soft. Fine is the best. So soft flex fine. Oh, okay, good to know. Soft flex fine is what you used. And you're talking about this one. Is that right, Sarah? I think you're talking about the Russian spiral, because for this one, I believe you did use soft touch, which you guys, I really should show this to you. I mean, look at how soft touch is like crazy. It's very thread-like. Oh, thanks, Penny. She got the book after seeing you on Beads, Bubbles, and Jewels, Sarah. That's awesome. Yes, this would totally be a fun choker too. I know, I really like this colorway. It's got a very pretty. All right, without further ado here, I've got all of my entries that I wrote up and went old school to put them in this little package here. So I hope everyone's having a nice holiday, having a little extra time off. It was so nice to see so many comments on last week's video. Thank you guys for watching and supporting us. I really can't believe that today is 101 episode. Time for a new book, Sarah says. I know, it does feel like it's getting time for a new book, doesn't it? Are you saying single diamond for the choker? Is that what you're saying, Sarah? Susie got to see her daughter and her 3 grandsons. Oh, how wonderful. I'm sure you've missed them. I'm glad you've got some time in. It's my nephew's birthday this month. And they celebrated this weekend. But he's all the way in New York, so I was missing them. And of course, I ordered him a nice gift, which arrived at my house today. So I accidentally didn't change the address. So I have to redo that order and send it to his house. Fern says we need another book. Oh, congrats, Fern. You're turning 60. Happy birthday. I didn't get to FaceTime with him. No, they had like a little pool party, and it wasn't his actual birthday though, so I'll FaceTime him on his birthday. And hopefully the gift will actually arrive at their house by then. I was so annoyed with myself when it arrived at my house today. Buying yourself beads, yay! I love buying craft and art supplies. That's always what I get myself for my birthday and for Christmas, and always something that I've been waiting on, right? All right, so now let's shake this up. Softlex fine for the Russian spiral bracelet. Yeah, that's what I thought you meant. So the soft touch would actually be too soft for something like this. So you do want to go with the soft flex product and go with fine. So let's shake it up. Yeah, as a reminder, as I said earlier, you can find all of the soft flex beading wire and soft touch beading wire in bulk spools, which is bulk spools, which is 100 feet or 1,000 feet at 30% off until tomorrow. All right. So I think I mixed it up. I'm looking away. Let's see. We have got Anna G is our winner, and she is gonna win this awesome little mini jewelry kit, which has its beautiful spinel 10-foot of beading wire, some crimps and ear wires. These are some sterling silver 2x2 crimps from Softlex Company, and this sweet little mix from our friends at Jesse James Beads. So congrats, Anna G. I don't think you're here at the moment, but I will leave you a comment on your comment letting you know you won and get your shipping address. So much fun. It was nice to be able to do a giveaway. I don't usually do them here at my house. The giveaways are always at the office. So it was fun to be involved in that. And I thank you guys so much for watching, supporting us all here at softflexcompany.com. And look for me on Mondays at 3 p.m. Pacific time. I will be back next Monday with a new tutorial. Pat loves bead bubbles and jewels. And just want to say thanks again for tuning in. I didn't have a tutorial for you today because it was a holiday, and I just wanted to kind of pop on, do the winner, and do a little show and tell with some of my favorite projects that use a little more than a small spool of wire. So you need a little bit more wire to play with those particular designs. Love you guys. See you next Monday, and check us out at softflexcompany.com. Grab your bulk spools at 30% off, which is huge, until tomorrow night. We have a live sale going on the Softlex Company Facebook page tomorrow, Tuesday. I believe that's at 1 p.m. Pacific time. And that'll be open till Thursday. And then Sarah will have her next video on Wednesday on Facebook at 1 p.m. Pacific time. Congrats again to Anna. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you next week. Bye.